The Table Mountain Aerial Cableway Company also being nominated for something in this. Table Mountain is just a gift that keeps on giving, isn't it?
Definitely, 100%. I mean, last year we won Africa's leading tourist attraction, and now we're super excited to be nominated for these two categories that we've entered. It's such an honor, and I mean, we're hoping to just bring it back again.
What are the two categories that you have been nominated for? Unpack that for me.
So we've been nominated in the same category that we won last year. So it's Africa's top travel or tourist attraction. And then we've entered into a new category this year, which is responsible tourism, which looks at the way that the operation works. But obviously, there are new things to factor in with responsible tourism with this year, with COVID, of course.
Like what? I was about to ask, was that linked to COVID-19, or is responsible tourism always been something, because obviously it's what you guys practice as an organization anyway, but like what is the kind of criteria? What would you have to tick? How many boxes?
Well, I mean, this is an award that's been around forever, but the boxes we would tick anyway is the fact that, you know, we're very committed to looking after the environment as the cableway. We're very committed to the preservation of the fauna. We look after the environment, and we're very committed to recycling. And, you know, everything that we do is kind of compostable, or everything we do is to make sure that we don't affect the environment that we're in. When I talk about COVID, we're actually also looking at the way that, you know, we have to be and seem responsible to, as soon as we get international visitors back, we need to do and practice what we preach in terms of allowing people to feel comfortable when they get there. So in that way, we need to be responsible to, like a figure for responsible tourism for the country. So when internationals start coming back to our shores and they start coming to visit us again, we are seen as an attraction that is safe via COVID. So that's another element, I think, that we're going to, you know, hold our head up high and say we're also responsible as a tourist destination in terms of COVID, but we're also really responsible in terms of the way that we're committed to the environment.
And I can't help but imagine, Giselle, that essentially it's become, and it always has been for many years now, the poster child of tourism in South Africa. Even though we immediately identify Table Mountain with Cape Town, you see an image of that anywhere in the world, and people know exactly where it is. But a part of that, though, is the eyes and the focus on you and Table Mountain being responsible, not only for when international tourists come back, but this surely must be great for the branding and marketing side of this. People have been stuck at home for, you know, more than a year now. They want to go somewhere, and winning another award, I think, once we safely open up, you're going to have people streaming in, aren't you? It's great PR.
Yes, I mean, I think this is exactly what we would need. I mean, as we know, tourism industry has been heavily affected during COVID in South Africa. An award like this would just, you know, let people know, A, we're open, you know, we're also responsible, you can feel safe and comfortable. It also will just be an indicator to the rest of the tourism industry, you know, we're opening up. Things are looking good, you know, there's light at the end of this tunnel. So this kind of award would mean so much, not just to the cableway, but it would mean a lot to, I think, the South African tourism industry as a whole.
And I'm sure it means an incredible amount to the staff who've been working there as well, the incredible staff in the area, not just the cableway, but on top of Table Mountain, etc. How bad has it been over the last year? I mean, it is one of the iconic tourism destinations on the African continent, if I'm honest. So How bad has last year been?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. We were closed for 5 months, so that was very devastating to the business. We had a really great kind of opening that's in September, which was great for locals. We had a lot of specials and ways to kind of drive the local market to come and visit us. But again, second wave hit us, and then it was again another kind of semi-lockdown. We stayed open, but it wasn't great. So we're really looking forward to what's next and what's coming, especially with the world getting vaccinated. And, you know, that will also be something that we need to look at. It might be challenging for us because the rest of the world is getting vaccinated. We need to kind of monitor what that looks like for us as the tourist industry and the cableway, because we're going to have to manage, you know, people who, you know, they don't really have to wear masks, but our laws say that you do, and our regulations have to stay in place. So I think we're excited about what's to come. It's going to be filled with challenges, welcoming internationals back in this time of COVID. But I think nothing can probably be worse than the year that we've had. So we're just looking forward to, you know, moving forward, we're going to keep it going. We've got some cool things coming in the next 6 months. So we're just going to look forward, yeah.
And I pray, obviously, that you never have a year like the year you had last year as well. Giselle, before I start saying goodbye to you, I know you've been nominated for the awards, but I'm going to go with this line. Once you've won the awards, when is that announcement being made?
The closing, it ends in August for voting, and then we'll hear pretty soon after that. So we will know by October, November if we've won or not. So we will obviously update the press and our social media pages as the news comes through. And then we'll make some kind of big announcement depending on what happens. But yes, we are, fingers crossed, hoping that we do take home these awards.
And fingers crossed on this side as well. I'm sure you and I will be talking again once you've got the awards. I'd like to see you holding them up and get a bigger trophy cabinet, an awards cabinet. Congratulations to you, Giselle Esau, brand and marketing executive from down in the mother city as far as Table Mountain is concerned.